Hey, Rich, you need to get into chance, buddy.
Yeah, I know, but there was nobody in there and I was lonely.
Oh,
They couldn't a bit. Fine,
Alright.
I'll go in the other one.
good luck, Gary and Silas.
You too, Dan.
Yeah, good luck, guys.
Oh,
Clear it up.
how you doing, Colin?
All right, what bike were you?
What's that?
What bike were you using?
I'm using a Specialized Vinge S-Works with
Yeah,
858.
that's what I got. Is that that grey one?
Yeah.
Just watched the B2 division, the Northeast. I'll tell you what, the first couple of kilometres were horrendous. Absolutely horrendous.
Yeah, it's all over the place actually today. I watched the B4
The
group.
shot,
I watched Atlantic B2. I watched B4 and then another one, APAC. And they're just all over the place in terms of.
yeah, well, this one I watched, the lead group had like 10 people in. They all set off at like 700 watts for like, I don't know, 30 seconds. And everyone was ruined in like a minute.
Yeah, so
Well, I mean, that type of group will come back. Because once you get the Whitehall, that gets tough after you push 700 watts for a minute.
Yeah. Well, we'll be okay. We'll be alright. Josh will have the top 7 times, so the rest of us can just chill out.
Well, no, we got some serious competition here. So we got Parsons
That's not what I want to hear.
and Andy Ellis.
yeah, there's a bit. Just don't forget, there's probably 40 riders that were in there last week, so everyone's going to want to ride.
Yeah.
But I imagine Parsons is going to want to be in it to the end too. So it's going to be interesting to watch those guys.
Yeah.
I feel-
We need to keep our eyes out, see if there's like a sprinters group forms like off the back. Be quite good.
I feel like I'm on a hiding spot here tonight.
Actually, I'm just praying for Arrow because that is what's going to. That is what's going to decide everything. Is the power-ups.
Yeah. This first FAL is going to be quite pleasant, I think. But after that, it'll just be like a snow sprint race, effectively.
Yeah, I mean,
It'll be-
I had pretty good legs yesterday in my little close to what Simon wanted.
Are you both in the pair?
Yeah.
With
Oh,
David.
How many's in, Rich?
58.
Okay. cool.
And there's supposed to be, what's it, 100 riders or something. I think in total, wasn't it?
93 or 94.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess about 7 8 of them are probably DSs. No, that's great. I'm pointing on an angle. Not even pointing straight. I am Lewis Hamilton or something.
So did you guys watch any of the other feeds from? I mean, besides that one you watched, like Premier League and.
I don't bother watching it. It makes me nervous. Makes me feel ill.
Oh. Wow.
Better off just turning up and doing it. Yeah.
So, generally speaking, a group of 20 in the snowman when we did on Saturday, that front group, where I took the foul from the bees, and actually the fastest through segment from all the bees, is almost as fast as some of these 50, 60, 70 man groups. So
That's best. So you know you can do it then.
yeah, although my sprint time wasn't that good, but they left it late.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
I was watching. Sorry, what's wrong?
No.
Yeah, I'm just not in the business of leading out A riders, so
Now, I watched the ATP from Saturday on our ride
yep.
on the snow sprint, and their little group they didn't even go until the line. A couple of them to the green line, which is really weird.
So if you do this right and you have the arrow, you launch it right before you hit like the 325, 330 meters, right before you cross the 300 meter sign, which is basically, I believe, the entrance to the end of where the like, I believe that's where Buckingham Palace is, correct?
I don't know, mate. I think the red carpet or the red pavement starts at 500, doesn't it?
Yep, 500.
Well, at least with it, there's 7 of them. So even if you have a bad one, there's plenty of chances for redemption.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing here.
So the only one we're
It's
waiting,
like,
only one we're waiting on is Steve, then, huh?
yeah, I think so. It's got
Well, I've just seen Josh is in.
Yeah.
I don't got many in this pen. There's a like 6.
Well, I've still got 10 minutes, I guess.
That's got to be Josh.
Evening, chap. How are you doing? Steve here.
Hey, Steve.
All right.
That's it. That's good. You can hear me, all right? Got it there, mate.
So if I have the Ghost, just so you guys know, I am going to try to take the foul because I don't know if I can take the FTS on that first sprint without a power up, a true power up.
All right, okay.
So I'll probably jump from about 400, 450.
That's the target foul, isn't it?
So
Got to be in that top 10, 15 to get over on foul. I just thought it was so
I did a 10-second sprint on that in the final, and I was 40th the other day. Like, I put some power down, and I just in the wrong position on that sprint. Mental.
Yeah, we were doing under 10s. We were doing well. I think it was on who was it? Oh, Gary Miller. He was doing like 9, 9, 8.
Yeah,
and there's only been 3 of us leaving out as well on Saturday. So that's what we're up against.
yeah, it's that position's the key, I think, to get any points. I think for foul anyway.
It's just a weird one. Also, I feel a bit fish out of water today. To be fair, not just sort of trying to sit in the group for a bit. It's a bit weird. But we'll see.
Yeah. I'm in the pen anyway. I'm in the pen. I'm there.
Yeah, we got you. Shush now, he's here.
Lady,
Oh, yeah.
gentlemen,
Big boss man.
ages, especially you, Colin. I'll bring good news for you today, Colin.
What you mean?
No, you have the 4th highest 15-second watts per kilo in the entire race.
Okay. Just off podium.
Well, we'll get him on, don't worry.
Yeah. Cheers for that.
Trying to motivate you, mate.
I'll stand you up and you knock him down.
There's a guy.
Good cop, bad cop.
There's a guy from Herd that weighs 65 kilos, and he's got a 4.4 20 minutes, but his 15 seconds only 6. So I suspect he'll be off the back somewhere very early on. Now, where's my meter? No. Meetup starts in 4 minutes. Well, why haven't you sent me the invite for it then? It's a bit weird, isn't it? Otherwise, I won't be able to watch it at this rate.
Do you know how to do the world hack thing, Jake?
No, it's easy.
Yeah, what are you working on?
PC.
Do you know where your Zwift folder is?
I could find it quite easy.
There's a file in the top level of that called pref.xml.
Well, what.xml?
Pref, like preferences.
Okay.
Yeah, if you go in your documents folder, it's the Swift folder in there you want to be in.
Oh yeah, thank you.
I'm in program files. Is that not it?
No, I think Rich is right. It's
Documents.
on the Mac, yeah.
Documents Swift. Yeah, and then there's no one called prefs. Workouts, temp, logs, dumps, CP, audio.
No, a file, not a folder. Is there not a file called pref.xml?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you go into that.
Yeah.
It's World 3 you want.
So I edit it.
I was going to do it with that. We might as well just go Rich and send it to me.
So I'm going to edit it. I don't understand why it hasn't sent me my meetup request.
Yeah, if you edit it, on the second line, you want to create a new set of tags called world. So, you know, with the chevrons, etc. So it's literally on the second line. And you need to close down.
Hang on. Sorry, all good. I've got my meetup thing. It's just come through.
Well, that's another way you can get into any world without having to do that admin tab back.
That's pretty cool, though, isn't it?
No, it's complicated. That you have to spell and all sorts of shit.
What to spell?
Yeah.
Red map. AD.
Right, let's see who I can see. Can I make sure I can see everybody? Richard Carter. Let's see if we can see him.
I like to make you think that I'm actually fitter than I actually am, Dave. It entertains me.
Look at the front. Richard's right at the front. Excellent. Now, what I'll be doing, guys, is I'll be splitting back and forth because I'll be jumping in with the joke guys as well, just to make sure they're okay. Give them some updates as well. You lot know to look after yourselves now between the sprint. So, you'll be all right. So I'm sure Silas was saying. Who are we missing? Ivy Garrett. So who are we missing? We're missing Pete in the joke channel, but got a bit of time. Everyone's here on Discord for chance. Is everybody in the pen?
Yes.
I can see Dan.
Yep, we're all here.
Cool. Looks good then. Well, I'm not going to teach your grandmother how to suck eggs, guys. You know what you're doing here. This is quite similar to last week. It's just going to be a bit attritional. I think the people who are going to get dropped are going to get dropped on the first lap, and then it's you're going to shed a handful of riders tops each lap, I would suspect. The FTS is 20 for first, 15 for second, 10 for third, and obviously it's 10 for each foul lap. So yes, we do need to try and spread the foul attempts out. But what I'm thinking is by laps 3, 4 and 5, you'll probably find that if there's a group of 20, 30 people, it ain't necessarily the same 10 getting fouled every time. And even if it is, it's probably not going to be the same person getting like first, second, third every time. It's probably spread out. We can probably rely on that a little bit. And then your Davids and your Steves, will come to the fore and kind of do what they did last week, which is scoop up some of the foul on the last couple of laps and then have the ability to place well overall. There's a couple of, you've got 10 seconds, guys, spin up, get pedaling, you know the drill. You've got 5.5k, I expect it to be,
What's that again?
not too
We've got 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my meet. That's my meet up
It's
going.
just Jake.
That's funny though, because when I'm in the pen
You'd
watching
be
you,
dead on the toilet.
yeah, but if I'm in the pen watching you, it gives me a countdown like I'm about to go. That's quite funny.
Yeah, it does that.
Go, right, sprint out the pen now. You should get to the line before everyone else. You go now. But yeah, I think it's going to be the first 7-8 minutes. It's going to be before we hit that sprint. I think it's going to be.
Piss on me leg now.
I really do. I think you'll get your usual first couple of minute madness, and then I think it's just going to quieten down after the first 2 or 3 minutes. I really do. And we can afford to commit half the team to that first sprint because usually we can do that. But with the FTS and the fact that we know we're faster than pretty much most people in this race, I think we can afford to do it and then see what happens with the leaderboard. We've got the main competition for us is there's 2 rhinos who've got quite good sprints and quite good 20-minute power. They're the only people I really care about. And there's a couple of obviously VCRT guys who we know quite well, so you'd be looking at Rastandek is pretty good here, and then you've got Parsons. They're both pretty decent. I think Parsons won race 2 last time. He's the 90 kilo guy with 4.0 20 minutes, so he's capable of doing some damage on the flat. He's got 13.3, 15 second, and then you've got for the rhinos Andy Ellis and Aaron Aynord, who both look pretty good, to be honest with you. So I'd expect them to score points. Other than them, you're not to be afraid of anybody here. You've got a couple of other VCRT guys. Dan looks like he's got a really strong sprint compared to a lot of the riders here. There's that Malcolm Lockhart guy from NJC. But A, he's a sandbagger, and B, I don't think he's capable of doing that race at threshold. So everybody good?
Yep.
And remember, it's going to be for your Josh, your Dan, and your Richards. This is that sprint on the lead-in is going to be your finish line essentially. Then you can take as long as you want to recover. As long as we get this done within 2 hours, you're fine. So you can really sort of just slack off after. But if you can get, I know it's a tough ask, if you can get FAL and FTS on that sprint, that would be the best case scenario because it negates us losing out on the FAL. In the next couple of laps as well, so really do empty the tank, everything you've got. Obviously, FTS, you've got 5-6 more goes at that, so you can probably get a slightly faster time. Even though there's a big group, if there's 5 of you, 4 of you, 3 of you doing a lead out,
12 seconds,
and you've got
10 seconds,
and you've got Richard and people like that, then you should be okay. Anyway, you've not got a big peloton compared to the guys in the pool. Okay, guys, you're off. Right. I'm going to just jump in once we get a minute or so, and I've been jumping with the other guys, they're okay, but just make sure everybody's all right. Start. And don't panic. I think it will quieten down after the first couple of minutes. No one's going to try and hold a 4.5 pace here for the first sprint, are they? Nobody. Look at this way. Nobody's good enough to do that in this race. And now you guys have set off. My timer's got, you know, the one that was saying 0, 0 is now showing distance and elapsed time. Weird. Yeah, this is it, guys. You know the drill. Just try and get as much rest and recovery as you can here. No need to be anywhere near the front.
Come on. Oh, fuck.
You know, if you feel good here and you find yourself surging to the front, just dial it back a little bit. Save that for later on. Yep, Dan looking good. Colin looking good. Okay, guys, I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to check in on the chance balance. Bit up.
How are you doing, guys? You all right, yeah?
Yeah, I'm okay.
All in the back, that's it. Just really spin as much as you can, yeah, just use your spin.
Other than a ghost power up.
Yeah, I think so, mate. Is this a little ride on the next ride?
Might be a little further.
Or is this right?
I think it's starts at 5.6k.
Yeah, this is the rise. Yeah. Somebody's there.
Good. Josh, I'd just kind of dial it back a bit here, and you're not going to get on that group now. Dial it back a little bit and just go all out on the sprint. Easy.
My bad.
Okay. It's okay, you can still just go for FTS. Okay guys, this is it. There's a decent group of about 30 of you here. Well, more than that actually. But in the front, if you want to go for that, you've got to go now. If you're going for fab. If you're going for FTS, you can sit in a little bit. Everything you got, everything you got. Go on, don't ease up, that's it. I think you picked the foul there for sure. Richard definitely did, and you may well have got the fastest sprint. I'm just properly. Looks great, guys. Really well done. And just try and recover it. Dan, if you can recover in this group, if you keep pedalling a little bit, just spin it at 1.5, you'll probably stick in this group here, you know.
Yeah, come on, Dad. Let's get you in, mate.
You've done an amazing job there. If you can just recover your legs spinning here. Don't let any gaps go. Push a little bit here. There you go. Just as they go past you. Yeah, Colin will help you here.
No.
There you go. Look. You're all good. You're all good. Look, there's loads of people still to come past you.
They're past.
Great effort. Really well done, Dan. You definitely picked up some points. We'll figure that out in a second. I think Richard looks good.
Thanks for picking me up here.
Points there. You got a little bit of a push there, Richard. You can possibly get in, but if not, mate, just you've done a great job there. So just recover and take it easy for a bit.
Shit.
No, all good, Rich, all good. No, you're good, mate. You did a really good effort then. Just spin the legs here, get as much recovery as you can. Your job's done. Fantastic. And the rest of the guys are still in, so you guys have done your job perfectly for them there.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, everyone, the front group is quite bright. It's only a group of about 30. It's hard to tell.
It's less than 30.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. It's not a massive group. So what I mean by this now is if we can get a couple of riders in the top 10 on the next lap, or sorry, Colin in the top 10 on the next lap, and then, you know, you've got your Davids and your Steves kind of still in there for the laps after that, we'll be laughing. There's quite a lot of VCR2 guys in there, guys, I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't think they picked up many points on that segment. I'm going to try and check now. Hey guys, these guys are just hitting the sprint, so a joke, so I'm just going to jump in, I'll be back in a sec.
Okay.
The front group's about 40.
Anyway, some people made it back on. I was at 31st when I dropped.
Okay, it's a bit of a rise. So, just aim for to start this where the old Nelson statue, mate. See you in a minute.
Pocket. Pardon my French.
Right, line.
What's that?
Just working over the line on the fifth.
God.
So that's really good. VCRT got second and third fastest, and third and fourth over the line. So they did quite well. And that Aaron Aino guy from Rhinos got second foul and first fastest time. So they all did quite well. But they're the teams and the people we're expecting to do well, and we smashed everybody else. And I think it's still in our hands at the minute. We're still looking really good. I'm just trying to get you the other scores on the foul. Dan got ninth on foul.
Josh, what positions are you?
Dan got ninth on foul. Richard got first on foul.
We're in 76th,
Okay.
and I'm struggling.
Yeah, me too. I'm 66 in a group.
Okay.
Take it easy. There's no points for finishing positions. No points for finishing positions back in 66 that are anything worth caring about, guys. So just get yourself some rest and go for the sprints again.
Josh, if you want to use that group, but I ain't got anything right now. I don't even have a lead out for you.
The top time is only a 10.05. Bear in mind on sprint series with 3 people leading out, Patrick, we did 3 or 4 sub-10s. It's doable. Josh, I don't see you on there. I'm not sure if it's going to come through. Yeah.
I didn't do very
Sorry,
well.
guys. I've done everything I got third.
Great job.
Colin, that is fantastic, mate. That's exactly what we need. Beautiful.
I'll tell you what, that sprint is awful without an arrow or a draft.
It's tough in the group. It's just tough when there's a peloton going because you don't get to go at your pace. You have to go at the pace of the peloton. So
Well,
when
I
you
had the
guys just
ghost.
settle down, when you settle down, you'll be all right. Once you have a bit of recovery and you hit it at your pace, you'll be fine. You guys are, I think, the top 10 times at the minute aren't particularly fast. 10.6 will get you in the top 10.
I'm wondering if we should wait a lap.
You're all capable of a 10.6, I know that much. I suspect the main group won't be setting any more less than 10.6s today.
Sorry, guys.
But you got what we asked for, you mate. Third, that's fantastic.
Hey, Josh, I don't know if you want to go here or not. You need to tell me.
Way too far.
Well, do you want me to lead you out, though?
I don't care.
It's up to you. I won't have any sprint, but I can get you up to about 800 watts. All right, I'm going to start squeezing from here.
Everything you got here, guys, come on.
Go on, Dad. Go on, Josh.
Think about this. Colin just absolutely destroyed himself to get third there. Absolutely smashed himself.
I'm squeezing. A little
Ain't
more.
nobody as powerful as Josh Erickson on this sprint. They're just not.
Stay right in my wheel.
Yeah, you can do that. You want to hit that start line.
All right, I'm going to squeeze it up. I'm ramping.
Yeah, you know the drill. Yep, you're above what you need to be. Yeah, this looks good. Hard as you can. Everything you got here. Go on, Josh. Smash it, bud. Yes, come on.
Come on.
Look at that.
Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. You got it.
Boom, 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 boom. Fantastic. Great work. Really good. Really good. That's going to be good. We'll have to have a look. I can't see it on the
10-1-7.
Say again?
10-1-7.
10-1-7. That's enough for third, I think, at least. Let me just check.
It's fifth.
Oh, that was fifth that round.
No, it's fifth overall.
Fantastic. That's points right there.
Nice.
Yep, Colin got third on the foul. Really good. Richard, did you do a sprint on that one or did you recover?
I did a sprint, it was about 25
No worries, just get a bit of recovery, all good, mate. All good. So there was a couple of slightly faster times there, interestingly, weirdly.
Yeah, I think everybody was doing what I was doing, mate.
Yeah, the peloton went a bit harder that time.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys use the invisible one, and then he popped up in front of me, the bastard.
VCRT look like they're sending one or two different riders each time. They're alternating, but I think they're still going to be tied by the end. So they haven't got a David or a Steve up their sleeve, have they? Saving their energy.
I got a little ghost this time as well.
Beautiful. Great work there, Josh. Really good. Colin and Josh, excellent. Excellent, that was. Silas got 10th foul.
Yes.
Oh, God.
On that first sprint, and I thought our man Stu had got some, but he didn't. Silas got 9th fastest as well.
Awesome.
He said 10.3. Really good. Right. I'm just going to jump in and see how they're doing. I shall return shortly. What's our distance to the front?
14.6, heading into the switchback area.
So you got another sprint coming up in about K&R?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll stick with you guys for that.
Shit. I'll never make it back.
Okay, Dan, Josh, I'm headed back to you. I'm 30 seconds behind you, Richard.
I'm 10 seconds behind Josh.
I'm really easy pedaling.
How many VCRT? One. There's still quite a lot of VCRT guys there. Interesting. Not really getting many shade from this group each time, to be honest with you. And to be honest, the foul looks quite different as well. So I think it's going to be different people each time, man, to be honest with you. It'd be very interesting to see if Respondek does anything this lap, because if so, I don't know how he even got any legs left, because he's been top 3 in everything for the last 2 laps.
That's because he's a 3.9 rider. Pretty decent weight.
Repeat, I left. Stallon's gone early, but they don't look very good. Andy T. Oh, he's all right actually. But don't worry too much about it.
You want him to go.
Steve just popped the ghost. Loads of people have. Oh, there. Steve's just too strong, man. Go on, Steve. Look at this. Go on, Steve. Fucking have it, lad. Look at this. Look at this. Oh,
is he going to take Parsons?
You're too strong. You're too strong. Just a little bit. Hold it. A tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. Tiny bit more. Oh, you absolute beauty, Steve. Lovely.
Holy
Oh, look at you, beast.
That was 3rd, possibly 2nd there, and he held off the VCRT at the end, which is the most important part. Really strong there. Good effort. Looking good, Steve. Just take a bit of recovery now. Don't go on the next lap. Just get some recovery back for a lap or 2.
Where are you? Where are Steve, guys?
All right, what power-ups do we got? Richard and
I'm level.
Josh.
I'm level. I'm level with the banner. I'm soft pedal to come in.
Oh, Simon Strongberg got 3rd foul on lap 2 for Josh. No ledge.
14 kilometres.
So you've got a little while left before the sprint, I think, guys.
Yeah, about 2.5. Yeah.
You got Josh with you as well.
Yeah, he's 9 seconds behind. He'll catch on the climb.
Maybe even take a breather, guys. We're going to really need you guys to score a couple more segments on the fastest, I think.
I am level with the banner with the comp to go.
Yeah, you wait there for the comp.
Oh wait,
I mean, we could get the group to come around the lap plus, maybe.
You could do.
No, we're 2 kilometers ahead.
If you guys feel like taking a breather here, do it, because they are 2 kilometers ahead. But it's only 5.5k a lap, so you're basically halfway between them. So it's perfectly valid. Maybe do this next one, but don't need to kill yourself when there's no draft. If you want to just take it easy and recover, do it. We need you to get a couple more times on that leaderboard, guys. So whichever way you feel best, but perfectly okay to take a breather.
I'll try to lead us then.
Let Josh get in as well, because you want to give him some.
Yeah,
recovery.
he's almost there. He'll catch on the climb.
He smashed it on that last one, so he needs as much help as he can get to recover.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm still kind of struggling.
Yeah.
Is it
Well,
worth-
just
is it worth taking
you guys can just stop for a bit. Yeah, you can just or just.
We need to get over the top of this before we do that.
Whatever you need to do, yeah.
How about we go to Colin?
No, I think that's too far to get in. We'll spend too much.
Well, it's not. No, it stopped.
No, I'm talking about if we want to. Do we want to go with you, or wait for the group?
Okay.
So, if we kind of stop here, we can wait for the group, or we can go with Colin. You guys' answer,
Maybe wait for the group.
and then have Colin catch us on the next lap, and then we stay together. How about that? Sound good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're going to come to me anyway.
Yeah.
If you're waiting for the group.
I can't stop spinning my legs, Dan.
Okay.
Yeah,
You can
so-
keep doing that.
Let's go to the front.
front group, we still haven't done the left-hand turn yet in the front.
That's fine.
Yeah, I got you. I got you. You're coming now. Got you.
You just need to tell me when you need to tell us
You're
when
about
you,
to hit the left turn.
the bottom of Whitehall.
Dave, are you going to have it go at foul on this one, or going to miss it?
I don't think so. Well, I give it one like that, but I don't know how I feel today.
Yeah, no worries.
I think, I don't know, I'll see. Probably not, only if an opportunity pops up.
Yeah.
All right, they're coming up.
You've got to be aware they're going to be shifting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you're moving, because otherwise it's going to look like you're deliberately waiting for. Don't want anyone moaning about us.
Yeah, I'm mobile.
All right, they're going to be making the turn. They're almost to us.
I've hit on the left.
We're going at 44 kph.
Okay.
Take a barrel.
There you go. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thanks, Dan.
Oh,
Rolling down on Rich.
I half went for foul. I might have got something. I'm not sure. Something like maybe. It's hard to tell with the people we've lapped.
Oh man, I'm in trouble now.
Come on then, let's just move away there. Let's just get round here.
Oh, it's not even ready yet.
I know, it's been here, that. Holy shit then.
Cousin. Oh.
Let's keep spinning.
Kind of power up you guys got?
Draft.
Got arrow.
I think it worked well waiting for the groups.
Killed me, I did have to wait. I waited too long, but no later. So, bricks.
Okay, so what you do now, just switch it to your lowest gear, just spin super low, so you're barely moving. Do it again. Just don't stop completely. Because you're right, that kills you. But if you're going at like 80, 90, 100 RPM at 20 watts, then that will keep your legs away.
Cheers, Rick.
Watts was too low, under 100.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, well, on there, they got 40, boy.
Oh.
Oh, didn't even see them coming. Bugger. Reckon we could get on them?
No, we don't want that.
That's the second group, that is. Group number 2, that is.
Okay. Group 1's pretty good because you got a lot of people going for foul. Right there, cocktails.
Okay, who said they had draft?
I've got the truck.
I'll go with that.
Okay. What do you got, Josh?
Oh, I have a ghost. I should probably just dump it, huh?
Yeah,
Just use it somewhere where
before you get to the line.
either on the line or up the hill, so people think you're making a break, even if you're not.
Stop riding with my teammates.
Yeah.
Well,
You guys are looking really good at the front here.
Do we want to hang on to this group passing us?
I'm gonna try.
Don't kill yourself here, Steve or David. More important, alive.
Okay, Rich, you got them.
If you feel good and you can pick up a few points, excellent. If not, just sit here.
I got Josh and Colin. Hey guys, I got an arrow. If you want me to lead you out, I can.
What's
I'll see what I can do in this room.
what's the top 10? FT.
It's a 10 something. 10 point, like, it's like
Yeah, I'll check it in a sec.
10.17, I was 11th after the last lap.
okay.
So you got to go what under 10, under 10.1.
Nice
You get
work,
off,
Steve and David. Nice work.
Really, I need to knock my last time down.
Well, first place on that one was Stavros Avramidis from Chester Triclub. Okay, good to know. Respondex still up there, and Parsons, and Aynard, and Wood, the usual suspects. I think BCRT are going to do really well today, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
They've got. Pains me to say it, but they've got the fastest foul times as well. Although Richard and Dan just a fraction behind with two really good sub teams.
What are we doing here, guys?
I'm going to squeeze it out to about 60 kilometers right before the line, blowing my power up at 300, which is 100 meters below the line.
You good, Josh, or what?
Yeah, I'll kick at 300 and see what I can do.
Oh, and I got a VCRT that's going to lead me out. Kind of.
Shit. Sorry, Tommy. Go past the roundabout and go to the Sappho.
Come on, guys. Go on, hard as you can. Don't let this Alex VCRT guy have me off here. Yes, fantastic.
Come on, Josh.
Ah,
Fuck, I still didn't score. Oh, that was a good outfit.
I think you're going to need a bigger group, guys, honestly.
We need that lead group.
Yeah,
With a friendly open foul.
Yeah, we've got 1.5 laps to go. Use that sort of finish.
yeah. If I were you guys, I'd wait, okay, before the start banner, but you're going to have to be going 30 seconds before that group hits you, because they're going to fly past.
well, it's okay. I dropped my chain, so
well, at least I didn't score anything, but at least I'm kind of more rested than if I'd have gone all in.
But I am empty, so I'm going to have to ride for one lap. See how it goes.
Yeah,
I'm
me
just,
too.
I'm just dying, I'm dying here. I'm only getting like 10.9s. It's like spacing myself.
Yeah, don't kill yourself then, Cole.
But that's what I think to join us on the finish line, because that's plenty of time for you to spend really.
Yeah, agreed.
Shit.
Quite a boring race compared to last week.
Whew. I can't drop my chain.
Better pick it up then.
I think Gary's really struggled solo as well today, guys. He hasn't even got top 10, even close to it. I think it's just really tough when it's a group of 40, 50 people going past it, 60 kph.
It's just really tough without an arrow.
David, Steve, if you want to win today, as a team, we're going to need some points here.
Oh man. Hey, Colin, Colin, Rich, you guys got a group approaching you.
And just so you know, guys, I think we're second at the minute to VCRT of all people. It might be third to the Rhinos.
It's alright. Gonna get in this big group. Yeah, that FTS leaderboard again.
Sorry, we're picking some points up here. Well, David just absolutely smashed himself there.
Yeah, that's still got fucking 7. Jeez.
You did really well, mate. You did really well there. I know I don't feel like we're picking up loads of points, guys, but we are compared to the other teams. We might get second to VCRT today, but that means fuck all. This is their sort of course.
Yeah, this doesn't suit most of us.
If you get second today, this is still a good result, a really good result for us. And we can still get second today.
Josh and Dan,
Yes, absolutely. If they do.
I'm a minute behind Josh. If he's got an arrow, I'll lead him out. But I can't. I don't think I can catch on to this group that's behind me.
Okay.
If I could, it'd be good for us, but it's a bridge too far, I think.
Our front group, this Malcolm Lockhart guy's just been distanced a bit off the back. That's really good. He's having to push 5 to get back on. He's a strong rider. We want to get him off now. Just shows you how savage this is. He's a 4.2 rider with a 14 watt per kilo, 15 seconds, and he's still off the back.
It's because you got Parsons and you got the Steves on the front. Steve Norman.
Steve's 3.0 is 300 watts, and that 300 watts is meaning Malcolm Nick Changa, or whatever his name is, having to push 5 watts per kilo to try and close a 4-second gap.
Brilliant.
I'll get contact.
Yeah, he's given up. He's only doing 2. He's 3 seconds off the bat. Fantastic.
Oh.
Jake, am I in the lead group now?
No.
I can't believe that you'd be in the league group.
That group you're all with, Rich, they're about 4th group on the road. It's not 5th.
I'm not probably going to go for anything.
Steve's holding 3.5 to 4, and this gap ain't coming down. They're not closing it. It's getting bigger. The front group's doing 3.1. No one's chasing.
Is it unsporting if I lead them? I don't want to do that.
No, that's the course. Do it. It's not unsporting. It's the rules. It's how this race works.
That's the rule, yeah.
What was that?
Do it. Typically, you don't have to lead someone out. It's fine. Do it.
Yeah, okay.
Steve, we're only 3k from legend here. The gap's getting bigger. They don't know what to do.
You can run about that. There's nothing against it in WTRL, right?
No. It's not against the rules. Might be against some people's idea of morals, but if it ain't against the rules, we don't care. Steve's got a 7-second gap now. It's getting bigger and bigger, and he's got 2.5k left to go. Come on, Steve, fucking smashing it. You're making him make some really tough decisions here. This is racing 101. Nobody wants to chase. Now they're starting to think about realising that if they don't get organised, the Rhinos know if they don't get organised, this race is going away from them. That's good because the Rhinos are the team we really care about here. VCTR get first and we get second. We don't give a fuck because we know we can beat them on other courses. This is the only course VCRT should beat us on.
I gotta look to see how close. Okay, Steve's close.
Yeah, you only need to work 10 seconds for him, 30 seconds done. Just getting over.
Josh, I'm just going to chill out here for a bit.
Yeah.
Josh hunting. Go for it.
If Steve catches me, it's all over.
Come on, Steve.
Hi, Steve. We'll see you then.
I see you too.
Well, they're coming back to me.
You got it.
Got more horses ahead of you, Steve. I'm just past the kilo thing. Come down to your mate.
Good, Steve.
Go, Steve.
You got this, Steve. Stay in it. Stay in it.
Come on, with Steve.
Go, Steve, go. Take him, Josh.
Yeah. Yes! What an animal! Oh, mate.
Okay.
Steve, well done. Well done, mate. Brilliant.
I got sub 10 then. I didn't see what though. Time personally. Oh man.
Back in, lads, back in.
It's still going. It's still going. I need some favours. Irish checks. I need you to get some points for me. You can do it, guys. Keep it up.
Oh man.
Oh, way to go,
You
Steve.
rest up. You rest up, and then we're going to do the best lead day we've ever done. Okay?
Okay.
You're gonna go,
I don't know how I can top that one.
eh?
I just don't know how I can top that lead out.
That's okay. Cheers, I wouldn't have made it without you. Not made that.
Oh, Steve, you're awesome, mate. You're absolutely awesome.
That was great,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Well done, Steve. Brilliant. Fantastic.
Right, Dan, Rich, Josh, where are we on the road?
Well, I'm a minute behind now.
29 what?
Right at 29.
I'm at 28.3.
Okay. Have we got one sprint or two left for us?
I think I have two.
I have an arrow.
Yeah,
I only have one sprint in me.
What's your distance on the counter?
I'm 29.9.
Yeah, you got 2 left.
Right, okay. What are we going to do? Are we going to do the last one or this one?
you want to take a breather and go for the last one? That's perfectly all
Why
right.
don't we do both with a 20-minute gap?
Well,
Or
No,
10 minutes?
I can't do that. I need to go. I can't sit here and do that. I need to go.
That's okay. Yeah, don't worry about it. Why don't you guys do the one now, and then Richard can have a breather and try again.
I'll need to do the last one.
Okay. Well, there you go. Yeah.
And I got an
We
arrow.
all meet up. We all roll round. We all meet up. We do the last one. Is that okay?
That's good.
Like I can do, like I can ramp up, but I can't do a Steve ramp up. That was too long.
I don't need you to.
Should we keep it in power-ups until we get arrows?
Yeah. I mean, if you have a draft, it's worth keeping it. I guess. I have an arrow. I'm not going to use it until I need to sprint.
Does a draft only work if you've got someone in front of you?
It's only if you got someone in front of you.
Right,
Correct.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, that last one murdered me. I'm doing 30 watts here.
It's okay. Because what Steve's just done, right? We need to repay that as a sprint. Okay?
Okay.
So we need to do the last sprint and we need to murder it. We're going to do it for Steve.
Can repay me for my com last week as well.
Yes, mate. I hadn't forgot about you, but it's just unfortunate.
No, I was shit today, so I need to go back.
No,
to
no.
this. It doesn't even count.
Can I do that too, David?
Unfortunately, Dave, for you, it's just a natural thing that we think you're going to be up there in the top three. So
Anyway, I don't
You're
know
just-
today, so anyway.
you're just a Man City. That's all you are, mate. I'm afraid.
Right. I love the fact that Josh is doing less than 1 watt per kilo and pulling away.
It's because you got that freight train Colin.
Oh, it's 45
No,
seconds.
I was going to say, he's not by me yet.
No, what the?
You're probably going downhill slightly.
Yeah, I've got headwind on this bit, so that's costing me.
Yeah, I've just had to pick up the shopping, so I've got the shopping on the back.
Fuck.
Right, change this bulb.
I've almost got Richard.
Yeah, I see ya. I see ya. Really there. Everyone else has finished and they're looking at Swift Power thinking, come on, bring up another fresh. Who are these jokers rolling around at 50 watts?
They're used to us, mate, like that.
You want to upgrade this also? Yes. It is. Hold on, guys. I have a. Hey, Jeff. How you doing? Good. How are you? All right. Yeah. The newer AC, belt driven.
Okay, my pulse is going down. That's good. That's good.
But you can replace it with an 80%. We're not going to give you a couple options. With an 80%.
But is it just us left then?
90%.
Oh no, there's a few others on the road.
There's actually one rider behind me I know of. And he's 2 minutes back.
Alright, here we go.
Confirm there's FTS over the final, over the last line at the end.
That's right, 100%.
Okay, good. So we miss this one out and then we give it everything on the last one, yeah?
Yeah, all or nothing. So I guess who's getting a line with Josh at the back? I'm just...
So, me and Dan will go front, I'll go second wheel. Yeah, and then you two I'll just go as hard as like. Okay, Josh, we're just going to spin, and then everyone's going to group up in a bit. All right. Roger.
Yeah, with 30 seconds behind Josh.
That's all right. A minute behind me, that's plenty of fun. I better get a decent barrel now.
Are we sprinting this lap? Or the last
No,
one?
we're not sprinting this one. This is an easy lap. We're going to roll through and then we're going to do the next one. The last lap.
Okay. All right, Josh, you need to be rolling. We're at 33 kilometers per hour.
Jesus, my best time is 10.6. That's only good for about 24.
I think I'm third and fifth. So
It says on here that you've got fourth, I think, third or fourth. Third, you're third.
I'm fifth.
Dan's got Dan fourth on here, but that might be because people have finished.
well, I got a fifth place as well on one of the later ones, 9.91 and 9.92. So we should have a few FTS, I think, between a lot of us.
If we throw out a good effort here, get two of us on there, that changes things a bit. Especially if we drop our two scores down the list.
Okay, well, I've got an aero hat for the last one now.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's good. What do you got, Josh?
Josh has got arrow, I've got arrow,
I got arrow.
Rich has got arrow.
We're all,
That's good.
So sad, lads.
that means we got a chance.
to the line, get first, second, third, and fourth. Job done.
That's it. Easy.
Hey, it's just all three of you have the arrow behind me. I'll use mine early. Because it's easier for me to set the higher pace. And I also provide the biggest draft.
Okay, 4.5 pace to go.
Jesus, even this 1% feels heavy on my legs. So in the corner we get a little down slope, so we're going to go on, get lots of a recovery down here. Try not to do that thing where you sweat and the sweat drops on your phone and sets your power up on.
All right.
Okay, I have it set in.
Super squad is together.
Yep. I have it set in rear view, so no one pass me, please. Trying to wait for Colin to catch back up. Okay.
So you just rode your way down. I'll do that.
Okay.
Dan Andrews, the one-man lead out free.
The thing is you guys should be able to accelerate around me. Because I'm going to blow my arrow first. You guys got to wait.
Half expecting when you all go for me to just go straight out the back.
No, you won't. I've got really heavy legs, so
Well,
we'll see what goes.
give them a well done. I think they absolutely killed themselves then. Well, not a million points, but they definitely did a serious lot better than they did last week. So we might as well all jump in rather than flitting back between the two chats. I've told them already of Steve's heroic, legendary win, so they're already chomping at the bit to ask you about that.
Yeah, we've got 2.9 to go before we give it everything on this last one, but
It's on my live feed, Jake.
Oh, that's quite funny. These guys have got. They're probably about a K behind you, I think, Gary and Kurt.
Even if we just get 10th place, it's all good.
I think Gary's definitely feeling the effects of COVID. He's just smashed himself 7 times on that sprint and not got top 10. He's just absolutely smashed himself every time as well.
I'm feeling the effects of this fucking COVID.
Yeah, but you didn't smash yourself on every sprint to get no points and come last in the race, which I feel is like I feel particularly, you know, like Gary really did give it everything he had, man. Like
This has been brutal.
I know you gave it everything you had, but you managed to grab a few points. You could.
No,
be,
what I'm saying.
you could be
I was feeling it. Brutal. I was thinking, Jesus Christ, I ain't going to do 2 laps here. This is killing me. It was brutal. I don't know how Dave and I don't know how Steve do it. Week in, week out, I really don't.
It's really difficult.
At least he stayed off the front for so long.
Well, that was a really clever. That was a really clever attack because he didn't go into the red with his attack to get the gap, which was really clever. So he didn't do a big 8 watts per kilo attack for 30 seconds to get a 6-second gap. He just rolled between 3.5 and 4.0 to put a bit of pressure on Malcolm, and everybody just kind of let him go.
Josh,
and let him go. And then Steve just sat there holding, 4.0 for the last 5k, whatever it was. And nobody had the watts to chase.
I was just a bit bored with a 2 and 2.5 watt average, and I had a low heart rate. And I just put it up to, I think, 4k left. I just thought, I'll tell you what, I'll go 500 watts. After I made the break. Yeah. Cheers, Dan.
Oh, you made me laugh. Oh, I'll just go 500 watts. I love it.
We should have just gone 500 watts.
I'll tell you what, I thought about going 500 watts on the sprint. 10 seconds.
I'm thinking about speeding up to 50 watts at the moment.
Yeah, he's an animal, isn't he?
Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm pulling away from him right now at 0.
This thing, committed a bit later, got there. So, from 7 seconds to 4, and I was right there trying. And then Dan was there, like a little shining light. And then I focused on the back wheel, 200 metres, done the job.
Nice. We're going back to K&a-half or something.
Yeah,
Good luck, guys.
1k across the road.
How are you feeling, guys? You got energy? You're going to take a break? Or you're just going to roll through it?
It's going to roll through it, I think. What do you reckon, boys?
No, I got that lead out mode right now. So I'm going to squeeze up once we hit that little shifty part before we hit the mall.
Okay, well, don't kill us too much because we want a bit of speed going through. We don't want to be catching wheels. We were using energy before that sprint, before that red line. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can probably wait till the roundabout before we start uphill, I guess.
I think so. Because I don't need these two behind me to be using watts, so they don't need to be using that.
Okay.
I want them to be putting everything they've got into that up to half, and then pushing through.
Then about 50 meters into the mall, I'm going to blow my power up. So it's about 40, 50 to go.
Okay, mate.
That should take them to the line.
Whatever I've got is getting used up here. If I die on the line, I die.
Good man.
You're ready to listen to me puke.
That's all right.
Just think it's those VCRT bastards that are the fastest time as well. Do you really want that Respondec to go home with the green jersey?
No. Not when we got 4 arrows.
Okay, I'm ready.
So am I.
The fastest time, guys, isn't even as fast as Gary and Patrick did, with me, Chris, and Colin leading them out on Saturday. We set faster time than that as the 5 of us than the fastest current time on course, which is 9.8. So I know for a fact Josh and Richard could beat that.
Get it together. Get it together.
I'm on oil call.
You probably want to get a bit faster in.
Call it out for me, Colin.
Careful, that's going to a bit, yeah. Careful, we get a bit of a gap there. This is still pretty early. everything you got. Come on, this is it. This is it. Everything you got. Come on, Rich. Come on. Come on, everything. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Fine, shit. That's all right. We did it, man. We did it.
Hopefully, guys,
We tried.
Great effort, guys.
oh, 9.83.
Hey, you said 9.83?
Yeah, I scored.
Excellent.
Yeah,
Well, we
also.
have you scored.
Thank you.
I got 3 under 10 seconds. That's good, right?
9.3. 9.3. That is first.
Mate, well done.
Oh, good luck,
Is
Josh.
it 9.3 or 9.83?
9.83.
That will be either first or second because Respondec did a 9.825 on Zwift Power, so it's hard to tell if that's going to be an 8.2 or an 8.3. But either way, Josh, you got at least second there. That is 10 extra points right there that we didn't have.
Call, Josh.
Well done, boys. Well done.
I should have done more.
That's pretty good.
No. We did enough, mate. We did enough.
Yep.
Josh, you skipped Apollo's punch right at the end.
That's
You got
great.
nothing to be worried about.
Yeah.
Sounds
Thank you.
good.
Thank you, Steve.
Do that on sprint 7 is frankly insane.
Oh, that's
And if
awful.
it makes you feel even better, Josh, that would have been definitely enough for first place in the other race.
Cheers, Steve. Cheers, David. Thanks for your efforts.
Yes, great job.
I think we did pretty good as a team there. Got to have done.
We're a sprint team, essentially, but that's not a sprinter's race. I've got to be honest with you. That was just nasty, that.
I need a little sit down.
That was good, guys. That was really good. I think BCRT probably did pip us, but I don't think anybody else is going to have threatened us. The Rhinos did all right. AHDR did okay.
Can I break in for a second, Jake?
Say again?
Can I break in for a second?
Go for it.
I gotta take off and go get my wife from the airport. But thanks for that last lap, guys. I felt like I let you all down to.
Nah, you're good.
No, right.
Josh, even if you'd not scored there, you wouldn't have let anybody down because you turned up and you gave it your best shot, and that's all anybody would ever ask. So the results are kind of, by the by, aren't they? It's nice to have results, but the important thing is that we come and be our best every week. So yeah, really, really good, really positive result. But the most important thing is, everybody gave it their all today. So and we're still within a really good. We're still in a position here where we could win this league. That's all we could have asked for, isn't it? So
Awesome. Well, great job today, guys. I got a big jet.
thanks, Josh.
Okay,
Take care,
Josh,
mate.
thank you.
At the end of the day, we all swim together and we all sink together, and that's it. Top work.
Right, let's jump in and give the joke boys a bit of.
Okay.
I have to run around, I'm afraid. But thanks, guys. I'll catch you soon.
Thanks, David. Good effort today, mate. Cheers for picking up some foul.
Cheers, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm off too. I'll see you later.
Thanks, Richard. Good effort, mate. Really good.
Yeah, it's a good job, guys. Yeah, I'm going over the joke too. So, talk to those guys.
Yeah.
All
Yeah,
right.
we'll check in with them, see how they're doing.
It's 89th, I think, or 92nd. It was the worst race I've ever raced.
How's everybody doing?
Points in the sprints.
I got cramp.
Extra points, is that?
Exactly. You boys did already, yeah?
Yeah. I ballsed up at the start, but hopefully made up for it for the sprints later on.
No, the guys, they did really well, especially when you compare it to like last week, obviously, which is, a really tough course, but quite similar to this one, other than the KOM. And this week, the guys must have scored, 5 times as many points. I haven't looked at it properly yet, but Silas was getting FAL and FTS on the first one. Coach picked up foul on like 3, I think, of them. Mike got a potential. I don't know if it was still top 10 at the end, but it was top 10 time, fastest sprint. Stewie did really well and was pushing it on every sprint, was helping give the guys lead outs. Gary gave it absolutely everything on every sprint. So yeah, the guys did really, really well, especially considering it's a lot of people's first race as well today. Gary and Stewie never raced in a row before, so really, really good effort.
I think those noises from Silas means he's doing his last sprint.
He was having a dump.
I don't think the two are mutually exclusive, are they?
Oh, okay. I think Gary had the WCCF for his name, didn't he? So.
Yeah, well, yeah.
No, that's it.
Oh, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong results. Okay, yeah. So Gary, what was Gary's fastest sprint time? Does anyone know?
It wasn't
10.58, I think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be anything above 10 won't get top 10. I think it's going to be sub 10. I think I saw 10 sub 10 times.
Oh yeah,
How crazy was that?
fastest time was 9.35.
Yeah, Josh beat that. I know he didn't, Josh, but Josh got a 9.83.
Yeah.
Yeah. 9. Sorry, in our race there was a 9.35.
Gary did set
under 10.
Gary did the fastest sprint on sprint 6, by the way. FYI.
Absolutely awesome.
Really good guys.
That's a good introduction to the race.
Yeah. That was
Especially when you've had been exposed to COVID and stuff, Gary. I'm surprised you even made it onto the bike. So really good.
Well, I didn't think it bothered me, but heartburn is starting to get in. Everything was keep trying to come up when I start breathing hard.
Well, it'll affect your strength as well. Of course it will. And the thing with sprinting, I find my top power like not quite there. 1 or 2% can be massive difference. If I'm not sleeping properly, if I'm not eating properly, and stuff like that massively affects your strength. So COVID definitely
makes a difference. I was in the sprint so I was getting under 10. So
yeah, exactly.
So,
and that was with 5 of us as well, wasn't it? Basically.
Yeah, the problem is,
a good rate after
in that group. And that's the hardest. It's burning you out a little bit when I stay in a group. But this stuff,
yeah. And in that group is the key to get a good sprint.
Yeah, but the first lap, you're just trying to stay in there on the first lap. It's killing you.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, yeah, the funny thing was, right, is on lap 2, when on lap 2, and actually got the third place start, I wasn't actually trying for it, just everybody else was be stopped for some reason. Because 2 guys went off early and they got caught. And I think everybody else behind had given up, so I think it was just pure luck. I got that third place.
Jeez. I don't think they gave up in our race till Steve Norman decided to go with 4K to go to the finish.
Nobody believed him, did they? That was like poker, and everyone went, "You're bluffing," and he wasn't.
Yeah, but the problem is they didn't stop sprinting, did they either? For fouls.
No, they didn't. Yeah.
It was like mad.
I didn't catch what happened to David at the very end. What happened with him? Did he just? No,
I think he was there. He was still there. I think.
I don't think he was top 10 though, was he?
David?
No, I don't think he was top 10, which is quite unlike David. So I wonder if he.
It was
because he went.
Yeah, that was all out. It was an all-out sprint for Steve. He might have been caught at the back of the group.
Yeah, it doesn't even look like he was in top 10, which is quite unusual for David. But he did go all out on the foul on the lap before and got 7th, and he said he'd killed himself doing that. So I wonder if it was one foul too many, man.
Probably.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. It was.
I think he got caught out in the back of that, not wanting to try to, because Parsons was really pushing it to try to get to Steve, but I was pulling Steve with an 8-second gap at about 800 meters to go. There's no way he was going to bring me back, leading Steve out.
Well, it was really good because when Steve came around at the end for our friends in joke, Steve came around under the 1K to go banner, and Dan was there waiting for him. who'd been lapped as a domestique to help lead him out to the end. And then Josh and Richard were also there a couple of 100 metres on. So Steve had a 3-man snow train leading him out, or at least like helping him go the last 700 metres, which is quite crazy when you think about it.
We're going to be a scummy,
It's almost like we positioned our dropped riders at the banner just to give Steve
What did he
to
win
go.
by? How many seconds?
3-4 seconds.
3-4 seconds.
Which is it was a good, at speeds like that, it's 10 metres a second on the game. If you're 50 metres ahead,
Still Parsons at 36 metres.
that's it. It's exactly that. Steve, 3.6 seconds is what Swift Power's saying. So that's exactly right.
And I was going probably around 45 to 46 kilometers per hour when I let Steve go.
Oh, God. Well, I don't think our sleep's not heart rate are going to come down for a while.
Wow.
I was
Adrenaline,
trying to
mate.
message you, Steve. I was putting some messages on screen for you.
Yeah, I did see that. My vision was blurring a bit. It's a bit of a stupid thing. Then 4K break on Swift. I've learned that over time, but I thought I was sitting easy in the group all the time, so I thought I'd have a shot at the title.
Oh, mate, absolutely. I'm so tough for you.
It's about making people make hard decisions and putting pressure on them. And everybody looked at each other then. Everyone looked at each other and went, well, I don't want to close that gap to you. And everyone went, nope. And nobody... It was quite funny because there were times when you were pushing 3.5 to 4 and the front person on the group was doing 3.2. You were literally just gaining time on it by holding tempo, which is crazy. Because obviously, I think it's your absolute power, we know, is a really strong advantage anyway. Like your 3.5 is 350 watts, but it was just strange to watch you holding what you'd be holding in a TTT and just sailing away from the screw. Crazy. But it's just because everyone's good, isn't it?
Like 600-700 watts flying, yeah.
When you pick the exact right time to put pressure on, and I just don't think anybody believed you. I really don't. I think they thought what we probably thought when you first did it, which was this is quite far out. And then
when it started going up to 7, I thought, I'm going up. Yeah,
that's what I thought as well. I thought, well, to be honest with you, when it was a 2-second gap, I thought this is actually quite a decent gap, and I thought, but they'll bring it back real quick. It just slowly got bigger, didn't it? It just slowly got bigger, and they didn't know what to do. And I think the Rhinos looked like the only team that started to chase. So the Rhinos put 3 or 4 guys on the front, and they were holding in sort of 5. But it must have cooked them, and they must have thought, well, we're not going to bring everybody back to Steve to then lose out in the sprint, and they stopped pushing. So yeah, really
they only pushed over Whitehall, and then they try to let everybody else do the work.
Yeah, it was the right thing. They should have. Yeah, I think that was if I was trying to coordinate a team, I would have said do a bit of work and then see if anybody else joins in. And if they don't, you're not going to pull the whole group back to Steve to just get out sprinted. So they were they had their hands tied. And like I said before, with a group that big, nobody's going to work together. Nobody's going to go, yeah, messaging game and go, Rhinos, do you want to work with us for VCRT? Like, they're just not. It's just not going to happen, is it? So
yeah, because that
you didn't got the time to do it anyway.
If you're making people rely on working together, you're going to have a good day. Essentially, you've got to have the power. It's not just that easy, is it? You've got to be strong. But if you can pick the right moments and be clever about it, like Steve was then.
Well, see, the difference between
it really paid off.
The difference between second and third for VCRT there is giving up almost 1.5 fouls points. That's 13 points.
I still think they've definitely won today. Looking at the points, man, but I think we've definitely got second. Ooh.
Yeah, they just didn't want to have to give up that many points to Steve because they lose. Because third place is 10 points less just at the finish, and then it's another 3 points for the foul, or 2 points. So there's 12 points there that they would have been giving up.
Well, hopefully the results don't take forever to come up today, but we'll have a look. I think that was pretty good results all round, boys. Pretty good.
Who's Silas still here and Stu? I hope they enjoyed it.
I enjoyed that better than the first.
Yeah, really enjoyed it, fellas. Lot to learn, but yeah, good fun.
You learn a lot on your first one when you do it. So I learned a lot my first time.
Yeah, unless you're really dumb like me and you still don't learn. You just go, what do you want me to do, Jake?
You can't even spell their own name.
I'm backwards, mate. What can I say?
I'm realising as well that my goodwill's running out, isn't it? Last season, nobody minded me telling them what to do as much because I would also smash myself in the races. But when I'm not racing, I get the feeling people go, "You fucking man."
We thought about that before the race started, mate. Before that.
It's fine because I just
Well,
made you extra.
I knew I wasn't going to get. I knew I probably wasn't going to get FTS the first lap because I had the ghost power up, and so I knew my only chance to score there realistically was with foul. So.
And the best part of it is I'm working overtime at the minute as well. Can't ask for more than that.
Right, guys, I'm going to go. Well done, everyone.
Well done, nice job. Hey, Colin.
Sounds like a good day at the office for everyone. So well done.
So everybody should be really, really pleased with themselves there. You know, I know potentially some people didn't necessarily get the results they wanted to get, but it's a team thing, and all we can ask is everybody comes and does their best, and everybody more than did that today. So
yeah,
be pleased with yourself, guys. Really good effort.
Cheers. What's the plan on Thursday? This time trial.
Oh yeah, good. Well remembered. Tyler. Well remembered. We can get one, especially probably for our newer guys if they've not tried one before. I'll probably try and do it. I haven't ridden properly for 2 months now, but if we're doing a 2-2, we've got some of our newer guys in. I think I'll do it as well. So it won't be like a complete all-out one like we usually do. Probably be a bit less pace than usual, so our newer guys can, get used to it without dying, etc. So if anybody fancies it, I think we had John said he'd do it. I said I'd do it. Silas said he'd do it.
My only is a team thing, or is it that one where you go up and do a lap each?
So we've got that one's on Saturday. The team time trial is basically the reason it's quite a good idea to practice it is because in ZRL there is a team time trial. One of the 8 races is a team time trial. We will have to do a team time trial.
We got 2
in the next 6 weeks. Two. Yes, we'll have to do 2 TTTs anyway. So it makes sense to do one before we have to do it in ZRL, so everybody can kind of know how it works. But it's basically you start off with 6 of you. But for ZRL, it's 6 of you. For the normal TTT that we do on Thursday, it's 8. And it's essentially the fastest team time. So you go off as a group of 8, and it's just you set the fastest time as a group of 8. You're allowed to drop 4 riders, so it's the time of your 4th rider over the finish line.
If you race like top cat B, as in what you've just done there, I'm not keep up with it at all. So yeah, if you can drop 4 riders, then that's fair enough.
Yeah, but you I think you find you'll be okay. It's not as big of a deal, or as it sort of sounds like. I think we tend to try and pick the best 20-minute watt per kilo riders we have those weeks. Whoever we've got available, the ones with the best 20 minutes watts per kilo. But that's not to say that the riders that aren't. I don't know, the RC riders can still contribute. Like Dan and Josh have done it with us, and still contributed. And yeah, they're not there at the end, but they're definitely able to come and give us a few pulls. And the way we kind of tend to do it is you do a pull order. So you have, if there's 8 of you, you do a pull for a minute, and then you get 7 minutes rest whilst it goes through the order, and then you go again. So the idea is that you do a minute above threshold, and then you do it the rest of the time below threshold. But as a team, the person on the front is always doing quite a high pace. Therefore, as a team, you go quite fast. But if we were to all sit there and do 3.5 watts per kilo, we just go at 3.5 watts per kilo. It's just it is gone very fast. But if we all can do 3.5 watts per kilo, it makes sense for the person on the front to do 4 watts per kilo for a minute, and then the people behind to do less. And then the front is always doing 4.0, so you're going a lot faster. So it makes sense, but it's just things like getting used to not letting gaps open when you've got to take returns, stuff like that. But we'd just be, this week, if we did it, it'd just be very, very informal practice for people to understand. I'm not capable of doing much at the minute, 20 minutes wise anyway. So I'd be telling people to slow down, which is good.
What time is that, Jake, on Thursday, sorry?
It can be any time, but I think usually we go for 7:30, tends to be the time that works best for people. Same sort of time as tonight.
Jake, I can do it. Is that team time trial on Thursday?
Yeah, and it's going to be, I think, for our, a bit of a less pace than breakneck, just to get people used to it.
I've just messaged Jake. It's Mike. I can do it as well now. Change plans. So I don't mind if we've got 8 others, but I'm happy to do it. And have another blast out. Yeah, it's fine.
Well, it sounds like we can get 8 riders together. I think we'll maybe we'd only need 6 ready to try it. Sounds like we can do that.
I can can you ride on horse? No.
All right, guys. I'm going to go. So yeah, we'll maybe see you Thursday or next week.
Excellent.
Thanks all.
Thanks, Mike.
See you, Mike. Wow. So my 5-minute power, I'm assuming this for the first 5 minutes, was 342 watts. That's
Very well done.
that is that is my highest 5-minute power ever.
Guys, I got to scoot now. It's Steve here. Cheers for. I'll catch you next Tuesday. Definitely good for next Tuesday. Cheers.
Yeah, that's really good today, mate. You should be really proud of that. That was one of the best attacks.
That's awesome. Awesome job, Steve.
We'll get it on. I'm sure Dan's got it on stream, so we'll send you.
Oh yeah, it's on stream.
I'm fishing, guys. I'm gonna take off too. I'm gonna recoup for a few days and hopefully come back a little stronger.
Yeah,
hey, Gary.
Gary, thanks for joining us, mate. It's really good to have you joining us, and coming and joining us for this. It's
Good
nice
fluids.
to have you with us. So yeah, appreciate you turning up and giving it your all as always, mate. And I hope you're feeling a bit better soon.
All right, I will. Thanks, guys. We'll talk
Take
to
it
you
easy, Gary. Thanks, mate.
See you, Gary.
Bye.
Drink some fluids, man.
Hey, so Jake, I was looking at the course next week.
Yes, it's going to be brutal.
So that's the kind of course I favour. It's a bit of a puncher's course.
Yeah, it's
So
going to be
I-
effort recovery. Yeah.
Yeah, I quite like that because it's got short climbs and very long climbs, and I'm quite good. I mean, tonight, to be honest, tonight going up the climb, the short climb they have before you turn and you go round. I was just going to the front without hardly trying it. There was hardly any pace on that climb tonight. So next week is Park Perimeter, New York.
Ooh.
That's the only course actually where I've actually soloed to a victory in the race.
Ooh.
I basically went like 1 lap to go. And it was, because I think my 20-minute power is about 3.5, 3.6 at the moment, roughly 3.6. I just ride at my constant power. So that course will suit me next week, I think. So I probably won't be going for fouls next week. I'll probably be hanging in for the finish. That's the plan. You still there, Jake?
Yes. Yeah. Sorry, I just reading an email whilst I'm listening to it at the same time.
Yeah. So I think next week I'm going to hang in for the finish.
I think that's reasonable. Yeah. And the thing is, as well, we've got other riders that can go for the foul segments and stuff like that. But we don't really in Joke have many riders that are going to be up the sharp and bitey end of the race. So I think if we can protect you in that sense and try and get you in the top 20, and then we can, we've got people. Silas did really well today on those sprints. So I think he could potentially do quite well next week.
Yeah.
And Mike as well set really fast time. So we've got people that can go for the foul and the FTS on the segments, and
I think
protect you.
I've got absolutely no doubt if I hadn't gone for foul, that final foul where I went too early with the dash, I would have been in that front group at the end, no problem. Because you didn't actually have to sprint that hard to stay in. You just needed to stay in the group. But so it was just. It was because I'd almost got back on and then just nothing in the lens at all.
Well, you had to push 5 to get on, and you'd just done an effort.
Yeah.
So it's not a case of you'd used the energy to get into the group, which is why you had nothing left. So that's more than fair. But I think you did really well today, and you scored enough points that the team are not going to be at the bottom. That was the most important thing today.
I think this week, if I'm honest, it was a bit of an experiment to see if that could go to fouls and see what it's like. So it's really just trying to find out what we think we're doing. But I think that's it. Next week I'll be sitting in the group and conserving energy until that last lap. And there's only 4 sprints next week, right?
Is it 4 laps? I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 4 sprints then.
So it's more. The problem is if you've got like 7 fouls and 7 FPSs, if you can go to those, go to those. So when you've only got 4 sprints, you might as well go for the final GC, I think. So I think that's
Yeah,
yeah, it's fun.
so we're gonna lose by about 22 points to. That's my early estimation
Mhm.
to VCRT.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely lost to them. You don't have to wait.
Well, here's the thing: we took more first foul than they did.
They smashed us down today.
We took.
That's just
They
that's
didn't.
just what happened.
They didn't have a single first over the first across. Oh, they did.
Dan,
Parsons.
they smashed us today. Trust me. They had us beat from foul 2.
They picked up all the foul points, did they, VCRT?
Yeah, and a lot of the FTS. Most of the FTS.
No, we got most of them.
They set the fastest time.
Yeah, then we have 4 or 5 of the 10.
Yeah, but they consistently got the top 3 on foul. We did not. We got top 3 with Colin when Colin got a top 3, and when Richard got first. and when
Richard,
Steve got
Colin,
first.
Steve.
That was it. That
Steve
was our,
twice.
Dan, that was our only top 5s. We didn't do very well. But when
And it doesn't matter.
segments.
And it doesn't matter what your sprint position on a particular lap, does it? It's
No.
just fastest
No,
sprint.
it means nothing.
It's the fastest sprint for all the laps, isn't it? So it's 10 fastest sprints for the 7 laps. That's how it works, isn't it?
It's what, sorry?
Yes.
So if you've got 10 laps, so basically you go through the sprint 7 times, but it's the 10 fastest time that score points for the whole race. You don't score sprint points on each lap, do you? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You only get it's the combined.
Yeah, it's combined. That's right. It's combined fastest. So what was Gary's fastest time today? You know?
10.5 wasn't very good. But he did look at it this way, he's definitely ill because his fastest time today was 10.5. When we did the sprint series on Saturday, when he had 3 of us leading him out, he did 9.8 twice. So he's definitely not right. Because if he'd done anywhere near the numbers he did on Saturday, he'd have top 10 today. But we kind of expected that.
10.5.
Yeah.
My fastest was 10.39, so
Yeah, you guys were fast. That's what I was trying to say on the final lap was I didn't really want to say explicitly don't work for Gary, work for one of you two. But I was trying to say Mike and Silas, who are leading Gary out, have both set faster times than Gary today on sprint, was what I was saying. Basically, might be worth one of you two go for the sprint instead. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I did a 10.5.
Yeah, Gary's fastest was 10.5, and he was doing. I saw his number go to 15 watts per kilo, but not for more than a second or two, and then he was struggling to hold 11, and he was only doing 10 with 100 meters to go. And if you're doing 10 watts per kilo solo with 100 meters to go on that sprint, you ain't sub 10 in.
No, I mean, I mean, it's so much quicker when you're on the group. It's so much quicker in a group if you're going for power. So much quicker. Because I was nowhere near 15 watts per kilo to get 10.5. I just had a draft and then sitting behind someone. That's all that happened.
I'm just watching it back. I did record some of it. I